I expect for him to have some fighting potential there, some setup potential for the team. Okay, it's going to be the Ornn, so a little bit of lengthy engage there, but also just kind of the scaling addition to the comp.
Yeah, it's gonna make sure that LNG, you know, they get a little bit of extra gold out of their items. They've got that additional, you know, overhead armor as well, right? It's very nice, of course, to have, you know, the depth charge set up and everything that Norless offers, but having that additional layer of the Call of the Forge God just makes it so hard to answer for top esports, right? And you've got 3 very, very immobile carries at the end of the day with a Lee Sin and an Alistar to play Peel. They have to play their life 24/7. It's going to be very, very hard for them to play out. So I'm looking at LNG here as potential favorites. Looking into this draft, decent scaling. They don't scale better than top esports, but I think they should be able to get themselves into a position where they have such a gold lead that they're always going to be accelerated. So I'm looking at LNG to play tempo early game, to play aggression, and top esports, they're going to have to do their best to consistently scave off that pressure.
Yeah, there's a reason why the Varus has not really been let through at all or kind of banned away. The same for the Callista, but the Varus provides so much flexibility there in damage profile. I see a world where that early proactivity doesn't work out for the side of LNG, but I think you can find ways to make it work, especially with a little bit of the momentum that can be got from the Nidalee. But more so, I think the mid lane matchup is really interesting, but all eyes on this WeiWei versus Tian matchup as we go into game number 2, because the early proactivity, the early machinations for both these would-be world star junglers are looking to get up under each other. We'll see how game 2 pans out. So many
credit to the lead
sides.
chanter. Credit to the lead chanter there for LNG, Meiko. How much hurt is he going to take? Not that much.
This is just chaos.
Oh.
Bring it. This is the LPL that we know and love. They're going to bring Meiko over here as well, but they don't have that easy level 1 engage. Meiko needs that level 2. Hung does.
Yeah, exactly. Very close to being a messy level 1. But everyone will just reset, take their time. Information wasn't even necessarily gained from that, by the way. As top esports are going to find out with this sweeper. It's just neutral wards across the map. As LNG are looking for a lane swap. So they want to not necessarily get out of this lane matchup in the bottom lane, but they want to put Rumble behind, right? And this is exactly what this lane swap is going to do. Very often, it's very easy to tunnel vision when it comes to lane swapping about, you know, bottom lane's so important, get them out of bad matchups. This matchup is, you know, fine. It's a volatile one, but now they're going to be able to, you know, get to that first item for relatively free, and 369 is going to suffer, right? In the gold department, in the XP department, life will be hard for him.
And I do love the spellbook pickup by Zika, so be able to have some flexibility trying to get back into the lanes and things like that once the lane swap has been uninitiated. But right now we'll see just roaming top laners at this point, as 369 is going to make his way in mid lane, try to hit a harpoon, and eventually going to take his charge in bot side.
On his way to go and assist. Love a Meiko in that shove. LNG though, everyone's already here. WeiWei's going to get most of the top side jungle as well. But all in all, it's mostly split fairly well amongst both these two teams. It's just the fact that top esports are a little bit behind in the tempo department. So good lane swap here for LNG. We'll see how much they can actually get off it. How much top esports and where that gold goes for them.
A little bit of vision play being gotten as the Gromp was seen there by 369 on the bot side, so they'll know that something probably going down on the top side. So now it's just a rush for the plates. We've seen this time and time again since MSI. It's a strategy that WeiWei has been implying literally almost every game they've played. We'll see plates going down either way right now. It looks like 2 apiece should be about it.
Mazel as a lane swaps. Oh, no, they can't dive. How do you feel about lane swaps as a play-by-play? You know, like, we're probably not going to have much action, as I don't think anyone's really going to look to contest anything too crazy. Because personally, I actually quite like them. You know,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm in the minority of people. I will say that.
I'm right there with you, bud. I think the way that it changes the gameplay and the like adaptation you have to have, it feels weird because it's different, but it's cool.
Yeah, because that's pretty much where I'm at. Because if you're old head, right? If you're a long term, if you're as old as Dom, right? How old Dom? If you've been there, you've been here since like season 2. You remember the old days of lane swap.
Slink out the door as I raise my hand.
But you'll remember where like that was just the meta, right?
Yeah.
Like every game was lane swap, and that was boring. This
But
though,
it was a bit different. I felt like at the time,
yeah,
right?
there was you know less. There was no plates, right? So there was less.
There's
gold
not
on the
3
map, but-
people running around as
Yeah.
often. I feel like.
Yeah, like there's also that. Right, I feel like there was a little bit more strategy to, hey, you had to double jungle because people near jungle camps would get gold, or not get gold, get experience and things like that. You would balance out all of that stuff. So there is definitely different merit to it. But I think the fact that it's not every single game is a very nice kind of change of pace to the consistent chaos you would often end up with occasionally, which of course is fun to watch. But hey, for us old heads, us people that want to see a little bit of chess League of Legends, definitely good to see every now and again.
Thank you, NIP. I think there's a lot of credit to go around, but hey, there was that one interview. You know, they credited G2, credited NIP. I'm just saying. Anyways, we have objectives now coming up, and that's been a big moment of contention for both teams early into this series. I want to beg the question now, do we continue to see that now that we're getting actually a play on bot side? Hung's going to ensure the dredge line connects with that flash. Meiko going to be turned into chopped beef as JackeyLove steps back up to get some damage back down, but that means LNG have priority over the dragon now.
Yeah, and they should definitely get it. You do have Tian in the area, but they really wanted Meiko that they get him. Not even actually looking for it. They're kind of eyeing up a play as they continue to stack that wave in, but there's no mid pressure. Creme's got that one shoved in. There's no armor from scouts there. It's not even like a fast rotation. He's just about hit it. They really wanted this wave to crash full and proper, but they didn't quite get it. So this dragon is actually more likely to go over the top Esports.
Yeah.
Or a play. Either way, as Creme.
Oh, spiraling despair. He's going to go for it. He wants it. The damage is enough at Creme with the solo kill over Scout.
Yeah, I mean, when you're at that kind of threshold, 50-ish%, 60% even, you get clipped by that more, that's it. You're going to die. As soon as that ultimate connects. So well played, Creme. Finds that solo kill. We spoke about how we wanted, going into this game 1, for that mid lane matchup to be super hype. And admittedly, they were going tooth and nail in game 1. But it didn't result in anything too major. This game, however, Creme is the one that gets the edge. We'll see how that mid lane matchup now plays out. Top Esports Tian, he's on these grubs. Did get that first one. Trying to find the scuttle at the very least. Technology's probably not going to get the second. Even commits the smite to it. WeiWei. Yeah. He's the one with numbers.
So should be able to secure the other 2. What I love about that solo kill for Creme is just the momentum it gives you for top esports composition, but also what it means for Creme, right? I think we've seen a big growth from this guy since his time on top esports coming over this year from OMG. Long time OMG star, literally winning them games for like a year, 2 years, winning Rookie of the Splits and things like that. And I think now we've seen him adapt. Not only is he playing these facilitators, he's able to play aggressive picks as well and take it to some of the best. Now, Gala's going to step up here, and there's going to be a flame spitter right at his back. Meanwhile, LNG might have pulled the trap here. That spear lands right into 369, and the Cougar Claws come out, but it's the Ren that kills him. Now WeiWei trying to get out with his life, and that's a double kill for Gala, and he'll be gunning him down now.
Such clean execution from LNG there. Not a single member dies, and they pick up Tian and 369 on the back end. Zika didn't cancel, or rather did cancel his base there to pull back the Call of the Forge God and assist in the actual tower dive itself. Now teleports down here to pick up some of the wave. I don't think he's going to get dove. I think he's just a bit too tanky. Has exhaust as well, may I add. So,
ooh,
if he can
you
get
say
him
that, maybe
use
you
it.
cast a curse, a little bit of damage back. Oh my god. That wound up tower shot does about half of JackeyLove's health. Meanwhile, there's 1 turret plate left down there. So top esports been doing really nicely getting those plates, at least for themselves, getting a little bit of gold. But the problem is, that's an opportunity already completed down there in the bot side.
Let's look at this solo kill though, because more into ult straight away. Scout doesn't try to flash it. Auto comes in as well. Q, pop, passive ult as well. Lovely stuff. And up here, Tian just a little bit slow on the trigger, I feel, with the resonating strike. Unfortunately, it means he doesn't connect on Gala, but even if he does, I mean, we're talking about the difference of maybe making it a 1-for-1 and them still getting run down in the extended, most likely. Gala, though, gets that double kill. Because of it, he's at opportunity already. 9 minutes into the game. Already on his way to a second Dirk as well. Very strong, this Kalista as Scout. He's definitely eating the worst end of these trades. Bear in mind, this is Creme with Sork Shoes, Thorin's Ring, and an Abaton. So,
Yeah.
he is pumping out the damage right now. As LNG off the back of that topside skirmish. They're going to get this dragon as well. Really starting to stack up some of this tempo, some of these advantages from these skirmishes they're finding themselves with.
Yeah, able to use the strength of the bot side to help them lean into that a little bit. They will need to go back and scoop up that last wave there, as there is just a one turret plate left on that bottom side for Top Esports to take. But that objective is pretty big for LNG to have consistently. But the next big objective, since they're so mistimed right now, is going to be the grubs. A minute. That could mean the difference of these late game scaling objectives or that push later after fights, because we have two that have already been secured by LNG.
Exactly. And we saw how, we see constantly how strong grubs are at just like nudging things over the edge, right? Just those extra seconds they can buy in rotations. It just means you can't leave people alone when they're shoving on side lanes. If you accidentally muck up a rotation, all of a sudden you don't have prio mid, you just got one person hitting mid tower and it just dies. So frustrating grubs can be. And I've liked their addition to the game overall since the start of this season, I will say as well, as we have a little bit of brief downtime. But yeah, it does give the top side a little bit more to play for, and it does make the game a little bit more snowbally for that team. I still will say it's a win more objective, right? You have to be hitting the towers in the first place. But the power of them really can't be understated, especially after a couple of the buffs they've got. Now, focusing back on this game, JackeyLove will get this tower by himself. So that's going to be a large chunk of gold kind of clawed back between him and Gala. But again, you know, LNG, they are getting their objective in the grubs, and they're probably going to be relatively happy with it. They just have to consistently keep the tempo up, keep the pressure up, and actually make use of this 5 grub takedown that they've got for themselves.
Yeah, interesting timing there from TES. They didn't position around that objective whatsoever. There was really nothing else on the map, though, as well. And maybe just that vision control that LNG have so toughly fought for over on the top side meant that they just didn't want to give the fight there. Now, more plates going over, but this time to the other side of the map where Gala and LNG are going to be picking up their own. And this could be a return turret, just like TES got on bot side.
Yeah, I mean, even like in this play here, for example, like grubs pretty much got them that tower, right? Like, that could have been half a plate still left up that maybe Top Esports could contest, and those are those crucial seconds. Oh, the ult flies just a bit wide from Creme. Scout holds up against the wall, doesn't budge in his positioning.
He pushed him all the way to the side. Okay.
Tian, he misses. All right, well, unfortunate for Tian. But, again, Top Esports, they find one win somewhere, and they kind of just end up losing a slightly more extended play. Just a little bit unfortunate for them. JackeyLove, though, up on the top side. And the lane assignment's a little bit slow for LNG, but I don't think they're going to get an additional play off this. JackeyLove just going to back up, unsure of where exactly everyone is on the side of LNG. So, again, just more kind of chess gameplay, as I like to call it. Just trading, resets, looking for gold where they can find it.
Yeah, we have first items there for Top Esports for majority. At least Tian, Creme, and JackeyLove are going to be catching up a little bit to LNG's first item spikes there. But I think that's where the conversation of WeiWei Tian becomes a little bit more broad in how they make the moments happen. I think WeiWei is going to be waiting for his team a lot of time to set up for him. Meanwhile, Tian is going to be the one that makes it happen for Top Esports.
Yeah, Tian has a pretty big burden on his shoulders this game. He's got to try and make a play into, oh, hello, JackeyLove. Good head buff. Good head buff from Meiko. What JackeyLove would have had
one
to
of the
use
best for the reason.
Exactly. Deep teleport here from Scout.
They're moving on Creme.
Yeah.
Creme doesn't know. Creme doesn't know. Oh, now he knows. Does he know? He doesn't flash. Able to get the severing bolt off at range. Creme still full health. Tian coming over. Now they find him. Oh, on the other side, Meiko. He finds the engage on the Gala. Now top Esports, they've turned it on its head here. Big in severing bolt from the side of Creme. Can he get the distance? Oh, he's going to go down. Tian. He cleans that one up, and top Esports now have shown their teeth as they are 1,000 gold up over LNG.
Just a couple of Qs Tian this game that maybe could have forced something out of LNG, but he snipes hard on the end of that play, which is good. And for Meiko, catches out Gala in the river. I think he's the one that got the shutdown though, that's the problem. Does feel a little bit bad for JackeyLove, but at the end of the day, still sniping that off Gala. Gold is gold. It's going to put Meiko in a position where he's really going to base for his whole first item now. Yep. Picked up for his team, so still not the end of the world, but you always want that gold in the carries where you can find it, and they got that top tower off the back of the play. So top Esports definitely feel very, very happy about that, but counterpoint is they do lose this second dragon. That's going to be LNG stacking that one up. The question is it going to be another cloud? We had a lot of clouds today.
Oh, 369.
369.
He just boldly went where nobody should have gone. And he's going to die to WeiWei, who now has completely overextended himself. Severing bolt from distance, and Meiko's going to pick up a second kill for himself. Fate's call into the double knockup. Zika is trying to fight, but look at Creme. Creme has an Omega angle right now. Severing bolt flashed out up by Gala. They still have a fight. Top Esports still want to go. Meiko still wants to get that engage going, but LNG, 4 strong, will move back to mid lane.
Yeah, just a bit of an overextension to finish off 369. You get it, but just a little bit too bloodlusted there. I didn't quite catch where Creme's ultimate ended up going. Either I missed all of that. I think I was a little bit too focused on the bottom half of the skirmish, but Gala was chunked at the end of that play, so I imagine it hit him. This is the original topside pick onto Gala.
Oh,
Flash headbutt
Gala.
pole. Flash ultimate from JackeyLove just to ensure he can't get out. And I think Aftershock and Trample claimed that, so you know what? That just feels really bad. A little bit unlucky. AoE damage. Can't do much about it. Good snipe there from Tian as well. Just to pour in that little bit of extra gold on the plate. Top Esports though. They killed,
Hey, remember that
that tower
objective?
before that first charge too.
You remember that objective that they got forever ago? Yeah, that one's going to come back to bite you here. Top Esports crashing in the mid lane. They're going to get the Weaver's Wall out from Scout, but they've got what they came for. Maybe
They're
even more than that. Zika almost low. Equalizer not going to get him with the snipe on the end. They get half of the tier 2 in mid lane. LNG able to fight back a little bit here.
Yeah, they are, but they're still losing this tier 2 tower almost.
Oh, seismic shove. That's big. Meiko's almost dead. Scout just
Meiko
claims the kill, throwing rocks into him. The tower does end up falling. WeiWei's low, but he can chunk spears from distance. Here comes Scout.
Ooh, Scout.
Another seismic shove. Seismic shoves are making the difference here, but it can't get the kills just yet. And LNG will strike, but they'll back off in the end.
Honestly, silent MVP of that play is Creme on the way out, because just the ability to push out Hung. Okay, Hung is feeling himself.
I don't know if that's what he wanted, but it would have been interesting.
I think he's happy that one missed, to be honest. But yeah, just the fact that Creme is able to zone out Hung from being able to follow up. I think it was twice. It was once at the Raptors and then another time, right, actually on the bottom half of Raptors. 2 times back to back. Just ensures that LNG can't find a major punish on the back end of that. And they get Scout Splash for the trouble. So they get everything they need, top Esports. And all of a sudden, a game that was feeling really, really, you know, pressured for top Esports, one that LNG had a fair amount of control over, now sees them down just under, or just over rather, 2,000 gold. Starts off with this mid lane siege though, right? I think Scout finds that first seismic shove onto Meiko. There's no unbreakable will, so the burst damage is simply just there, executed. But then it's about trying to find that follow-up on that chase out that just means that LNG can't even really trade much more than that Meiko kill.
And you see there, the Unbreakable was literally like 2-3 seconds away from coming off cooldown. Oh, wait. Here comes the Ornhorn, though. Zika ready to call them to battle. They actually just completely take down JackeyLove. Where we've seen this before, but on the other side, now 369 trying to set up a line for top Esports to retreat back to. They will still have 4 bodies available. There's no objectives up, so they'll back off too.
Very, very tense exchange between these two teams. JackeyLove is caught out by the Call of the Forge God, and now LNG have an opening on this mid tower. They're going to get a good chunk out of it as well. They might even just take the whole thing between grubs, but they want to overstep their bounds. But still a nice little chunk and a good pick right before this dragon comes up. All of the elements will be back off cooldown by the time that objective spawns, so just more gold in the back pockets of LNG to try and claw something back.
Claw might be the apt word for it. WeiWei's damage is going to be clutch, but here JackeyLove completely caught out.
Yeah, I mean, Spell Shield's just not going to save you, right? The ultimate is able to just strip it away. And even though you won't get that extended knock-up, it will still find you. And not only that, in this case, it's a real good follow-up from Hung just to ensure that that knock-up does come through. So there's one good thing about that play, is that JackeyLove didn't actually have flash to blow it. So now he does have it for this objective. And they do have a good bit of control now, top esports. So unlikely to see a repeat of a play like that. Unless something goes real wrong for top esports. They've got all the control here.
And you have to remember, this is a battle for the top of Group C. Both teams sitting at 1-0. A win here would put them at the top of a double round robin group. They will face each other again, but top esports have already struck once, and they have a small advantage now they've carved out for themselves early into this game. We're at 20 minutes now. We'll have objectives up on both sides of the map, and we're looking at a tussle in mid lane as WeiWei gets half his health taken from him.
It's a good thing WeiWei can heal himself, because that was a big chunk, but Dragon's taken off screen. By top esports, all the control. And then you trying to rest something back in the top side, but it's just very shallow vision that they're about to yield. So nothing really gained here for LNG, just a straight up loss. No trades across the map, so top esports continue to just slowly but surely begin the strangling of LNG. And I'm really just waiting for the Mazel. Sorry to cut you off.
No problem.
I talk a bit funny sometimes. And now what we really need is LNG. They kind of just have to press their go button. Okay.
Top esports press their go buttons. That was a heal from Gala there.
All right. I mean, hey, a win's a win. I know what cooldown is longer between Rumble Ult, Varus Ult, and Summon the Spell heal. So,
True.
I guess they can still call it a win. Very, very funny. But yeah, I think LNG, like, it's not like they're super far behind. When you like actually zoom out and you look at the items completed, right? They're not overly behind right now, unless a couple of resets come through. But in terms of just the pressure, the feel of the game, and also of course the context of how the teams want to fight and the champions involved, it just feels like it's going to be so difficult for Gala to find favorable fights, just based on how things have played out. LNG, whilst they do have these very reliable tools, it just feels like they haven't been able to use them for the last, 10 minutes or so when it's actually mattered.
We have a third item completed there for Gala as well, the Edge of Night, so going to be able to save a little bit. Also the Banshees for Scout's second item, so going a little bit more defensive. A lot of ability blocking utility from LNG so far. Meanwhile, we have the Sundered Sky for Tian, so he'll be doing a lot more damage now too. I think the most interesting thing is how top esports have entered a lot of these fights. I think that's crucial in the next couple of minutes, especially, is we're literally just looking at Tian for his engages and more so Hung or Scout to get those big ones for LNG unless Zika can find the avenue. But they've been able to like layer their CC pretty well when they do catch them out, and they'll try to catch them out here in mid lane.
Yeah, this wall should secure this tier 1. So good job there from Scout on LNG. Just take a reset up. Wave to catch on the bottom side. 369. We spoke about how that early lane swap can really impact, a top laner's ability to find economy in the early stages, but frankly, he's done a really good job of recovering. He's already at 2 items 23 minutes in, even after the lane swap scenario, so really not the worst position to be in. And we'll look towards him to be an additional layer of damage, right? We've seen Creme pump out so much so far.
There's the seismic jump. Oh, if the Sonic Wave connects, they definitely follow that one up.
They're going. They were going.
Oh, no big deal. Heal back to full. Easy peasy.
Very nice from the Chemtech Rift plants. But yeah, top esports, I mean, they can just keep it at range, right? I mean, and that's the very frustrating part about this composition, is a lot of its damage can come from just, frankly, almost off screen, right? And even though you've got these reliable engage tools, you've still got to walk into the damage of a Rumble, a Hui, and then you've got to deal with the peel, the knockbacks potentially of Alistar and this Lee Sin, who can then also additionally dive onto your backline eventually. So very hard to navigate for LNG. And they've not been able to set up a pocket of vision really to oh, this is actually a pocket of vision
JackeyLove,
for
he's
the
gonna
side.
dodge. Oh, can't dodge out of that one. Oh no, WeiWei.
Oh.
Okay, Hung is gonna save the day twice there. WeiWei finally cuts him down with his claws. They get one for LNG, and those are the kinds of picks from distance that you can see over and over again.
So that pocket of vision I was talking about, it's that control in the river. That was their pocket of vision. They find JackeyLove with the max range ultimate of Ornn plus Hung, so they get their pick. JackeyLove had no business being that far up, by the way. Everyone was either on a side lane or in base. Like, very, very greedy from JackeyLove, but we love him nonetheless, don't we? Something we've seen him do far too many times.
Don't worry about it. Come on, you don't gotta rub salt in the wound here, bro.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
Oh, but they're about to. They're about to.
Look, if it's not me, it's the observers, all right? Ornn
Max
knocks off the
distance.
shield. It's max distance, but it forces him backwards. He doesn't flash the immediate depth charge, and in all fair... All right.
I'm just saying the spear didn't connect. I don't know.
Look. The spear? Who cares about... Did you see the dredge line hitbox?
I did. Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Hung literally like Spider-Man that thing. Like, oh no, you get back here.
Nah,
Can't get out
surely
of
one day we're gonna fix that, right? Like,
Nah.
come on, like,
Don't
it's
you
not,
like lollipops?
It's not even a feature at this point, man. It's just bad. It just looks bad.
I like it. I'm here for it. And now, the fact of the matter is, LNG can kind of readapt down towards bot side if they want to and force over a soul point now that the next dragon has spawned. It looks like top esports want to move there as well, though, and get some vision down preemptively.
Yeah, now looking to just to try and make that trade happen. They actually spot Tian out with that blue ward. Do they want to
just gonna force the Baron?
on a cheeky Baron? They do. So let's see how this one goes. 369 does have teleport. They're gonna
They do this dragon way faster.
yeah, that Baron is not dropping in HP very quickly. And Meiko is... I mean, they get Meiko's ult. That's big. But they actually have to do something with it. That's the problem. Let's see. They're still... This is all vision. This is dark for top esports.
Oh,
Creme.
You're riding the lightning right there, brother. Oh my god, abilities are going everywhere and not hitting any champions. But that equalizer will, and that spiraling despair will, and LNG, they might have a despair of their own. Top esports, they picked him out. Zika gonna get back in line with the team. Tian looking for the angle here. Here comes the top esports train. Oh, denied is 369. After he got one, he got out. Now Hung goes down to top esports, who claims the scraps after a scrappy fight.
Yeah, they do. They're not gonna go towards Baron here. Top esports just have... Oh, Jackie's fine. He does lose out on that skull, which is sad for him, I guess. But good play, all in all, for top esports. And it's all just kind of come off that cross map, right? LNG, they're looking for ins, but Creme... Creme is one lucky son of a gun. Alright, that's all I'm going to say. It's actually the Hui route which stops that call back in from Zika. So nice on Creme to prevent that, and Gala eats a lot of the Hui combo there, but is able to survive. Equalizer kind of cuts off a lot of LNG, and they kind of get run down front to back. There's not really much they can do about it. As a 369, very unfortunate to not pick up 2 kills for his troubles here. Gala free hits him and rends him down into the death chamber, and good aim there from Tian makes him secure that second kill. So LNG on the back foot still. Top esports continue to press forward. JackeyLove's flash is almost back up, so I guess we'll wait to see how he blows the next one. Even in this,
true.
In this winning-ish setup, as you know, it's very back and forth nonetheless. You know, it is equal goal. That it just has felt like for a little while, top esports have just been winning out, and again, that contextual way of how these team fights are playing out, how those comps go against each other, just feels top esports favored.
It does. We do have a lead, though, for Gala, at least. About 2.5, 2.6K over. JackeyLove is on his 4th item now with that Shireldi's Grudge completed. We do have that 3rd for JackeyLove as well, and a 3rd in a Void Staff for Creme. So some big item spikes, but the next fight's going to be even more damageful.
I like that. Damageful.
Yeah, making up words.
Making up
Better
words on the spot.
stay right in here. You're going to find all new words.
Yeah, well, Gala does find himself with 4 items and an upgraded on item, and Scout is almost at that death cap. If Scout can base for that, they're actually in pretty good standing as a, yeah, this accidental rotation.
Oh, no.
May have just, well, I say accidental, they've opted into it, but they're going to lose the front of their base. They're going to lose the inhib. So Scout's Rabadons is seemingly what the play is. But now the problem is Scout's overstayed his welcome. He might have to teleport out because
He does have Weaver's
Esports,
Wall.
Yeah, he should be fine. I think, yeah, top esports aren't even really going to give a crazy amount of chase there. So LNG give up mid inhib effectively so that Scout can get the red hat. Which I guess is okay. He's not even basing for... No, there you go. He's got it. So he's basing... teleported. He had me worried for a second when he started the TP and didn't have it in his inventory.
How to scare a color caster 101.
Yeah. But now that's a massive boost up in damage, right? And you take a look across the face of top esports. There is a fair bit of magic that resist that's starting to be built up now, but Creme and JackeyLove, none in sight, right? So if they get clipped by a combo, they're going to get one shot from Scout alone. Keep your eyes on Scout now. He is a major, major threat.
Gala also going to have his last item upgraded, at least now. At least the last completed item that he had in the U-moves. We're going to get a pause. A bit unfortunate. I don't know if somebody maybe spilled a drink or something. But it's going to be interesting, nonetheless, to see or hear what's going on exactly. But what a tense game. Game number 1, the top esports completely won out after about 15 minutes in. But LNG are giving them a fight here with a much more skirmish-heavy composition, it feels like. And we've seen their length of engage, again, be kind of a theme tonight.
Yeah, definitely has been. And I am looking forward to seeing how the meta develops, you know, off the back of this kind of discussion around, you know, fearless draft, but also the kind of gradual yeah, that's the word, right?
You're doing great. You're doing great.
All right, thank you. You know when you say a word,
I got
like,
you, boo-boo.
All right, thank you, Mazel. Anyway, the gradual change in sort of the meta and the shift overall in some of these more, you know, AP and carry orientated picks coming through. It's very, very fun to watch as teams, you know, adapt or choose not to play that style, right? Pick their own kind of thing into it. Get a little bit of that different prep going. Either way, I think today has definitely been a very good example of how fun the meta can be with some of those picks inside the games.
And even like I was over on Twitter between games earlier, and I was seeing like Kanavi was talking about Fearless and stuff. He's like, you know, I played a lot of Xin Zhao last year, or last split. There's a lot of Xin Zhao. I don't have to play Xin Zhao anymore. Even though, you know, we are seeing Xin Zhao still. It doesn't matter because we are seeing much more aggressive picks in the jungle. And I think it's returning back to the LPL jungle that I fell in love with when I first started following the LPL, right? You used to know the LPL as some of the most aggressive, in-your-face, bloody junglers, it feels like, in the history of League of Legends. And it felt like, yes, facilitation became much more of the game from jungle in the last few years and things like that. But, man, this meta has reawakened some of our fierce junglers here. Yeah,
you know, it's one thing because, you know, there's a lot of hype around, especially 1410, like Fated Ashes champions, Brand, Lilia, you know, Karthus, the three frontrunners in that debate. And I think that, you know, when champions are in that strong a state, they can't be ignored.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad to see that it's taken this level of brokenness to get competitive teams to be like, yeah, maybe we should run a carry jungler every now and again. Like, maybe it's okay. Maybe we don't need to make them Vicedrani Maokai slaves. Because it does bring a different flavor of game, right? All of a sudden, there's a lot more skirmishing. All of a sudden, you've got different forms of engage that aren't coming from the jungle, right? So it bring in other surrounding champions around those AP champs, that does also make the game just that little bit more entertaining, a little bit more fresh to watch too.
That's what was so exciting about coming into this matchup in particular. I think LNG and Top Esports have very interesting ways of approaching the meta themselves. A lot of mobility in the meta in between jungle and mid synergies that they have. As we get back in the game, we're back. And hopefully we won't have another pause. We have about 30 seconds for another dragon, though. Would be soul point for either side, Jamada.
Yeah, it would be. Top Esports. Those two Chem Dragons. So third would start to stack up that heal and shield power real nice. And there is a fair bit of that, you know, very silently in some of these kits on the side of Top Esports. One of those kind of effects that is very noticeable when it's stacked up by that much.
I think 369 having level 16 here is actually pretty massive. Ooh, we're going to see the flash away from Gala right there. Weaver's wall from the angle of Scout. They actually have a beautiful seismic shove angle here, but they don't get the connection. Tian's going low. Tian's going down. Meiko's getting a little bit low himself. LNG looking to scrap this one out, but look, 369, he is very strong, and he is the revitalized front line of Top Esports. They're going to move into the Dragon. There is no Tian to contest this one, but maybe the damage is enough. Dragon, a quarter of health down. 369 going around the side. They don't have a seismic shove on the side of LNG anymore. That Ren stack is starting to get real big, and LNG just going to try to capitalize on this one. WeiWei's in there like swimwear, baby, and he's going to get it, but he's going to fall after. Meiko got the deepest flank I've ever seen. He came from the Mariana Trench, goddammit. And Scout is burned down to a crisp. 369 chasing him out. A seismic shove going to capitalize on it. He makes it out, but he's the only one left to tail the tale.
In that initial exchange when Top Esports lost Tian, they dumped all of their ultimates into the Ornn, but the one person that didn't was Creme. And on the backside with that flank,
that's it.
Creme ends the game with Meiko's flank.
No
And that's just going to be a 2-0, just like that.
Dude, you got to get Meiko a diving certificate. That's a 2-0 from Top Esports as they look to claim the top spot in Group C. Scout's the only one. Hung is here, but it's too little, too late. And that's an easy victory for the top of Group C.
No Baron, no breaks, just pure gas from Top Esports. Off the back of that Dragon fight, 33 minutes in, they closed that game out. Very well played from Meiko. He might just earn MVP from that alone, to be honest.
That was insane. What a flank is right. Those are the most perfect words. Oh my goodness. I hope we see replays of that fight over and over again on social media. You can @ me, you can have whatever. I'll retweet it 5 times because my God, Top Esports just slammed the door on another would-be top contender in their group.
Yeah, I mean, LNG, everything about that felt fine until it didn't.